welcome back. Excuse me, sorry about that. It is I, local Parish leader Callahan, a light cleric of the lands. As you can see, I've rented out the studio from that fairy boy Matty, or whatever his name is. But yes, in doing so, it did cost me a good piece of copper, but I'm here to bring you my own educational channel called Spellcast Saturdays. Specifically today, we're going to talk about the dangerous power of Fireball. Being a powerful light cleric myself, I have the option to have such a powerful spell in my arsenal. Thing about it is, though, this spell is, it can get out of hand really easily. As the name suggests, a large fireball happens when you can control the weave in such a way that the fireball itself manifests in your palms. And at that moment, in the flick of a wrist, you can send it anywhere you'd like, and in a 20-foot diameter, an explosion of fire happens, as the name suggests, of course. Now, here's the thing about this. Fire is very destructive. It can put fear in your enemies. It can stop them in their tracks. It could certainly turn them to a crisp. But that being said, all of that can happen to your teammates too. If you mess up and you put that fireball in the wrong place, or the right place, depending on who you are, it can really go downhill quick. I'm just going to do a light little reading here of the rules. I'm not really one to worry about the Spellcasters Academy. I think that's kind of for the posh and the elite. If you have the power of the weave, use it for good. Using it for ill gain is only for lower class. That fireball itself, a bright streak flashes from your pointing finger to a point you choose within a range, and then it blossoms with a low roar into an explosion of flame. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw. A target takes 8d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. The fire spreads around corners. It ignites flammable objects in the areas that aren't being worn or carried. Yeah, so just like Fireball suggests, it's gonna light everything on fire. There's a reason that I don't use this spell unless necessary. It is of course, a 3rd level evocation spell. Just like it suggests normally to wizards, and sorcerers. But again, me being a light cleric, I have the power of the weave, and I can cast light. This is when my video editing program comes in, and I'll have a little light ball right here. But yes, so if we want to get on a little bit more specific with this, I have a chart we can look at for reference. Okay, so as you can tell, that's completely uniform. It looks perfect in every. Okay, as you can tell, it's completely uniform. It looks perfect in every single way. What we're gonna do here. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's okay. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not perfect. Okay, hold on. Perfect. And thank you for that intro. I will let you know when I need the outro. I don't understand that Matty fella. He always has music in the background playing. It's quite distracting. But let me show you here. So these red circles, well, of course they're going to be bad guys. Bad guy. What about a bad guy? Okay. And then the green circle That's gonna be a good guy. Oh, that's a red circle. The green circle, that's gonna be a good guy. Okay. And then he is surrounded by, oh, no. He's surrounded by red guys. And now we were wondering, where am I in this whole equation? Well, you're right here. You're not even a circle. You're an X. Okay? But with Fireball, again, 20-foot radius, you're probably wondering where you should put the Fireball in order to min-max the most damage possible and helping out your teammate without putting them in harm's way. Well, I'll show you, of course, because again, I'm a light cleric, a holy man. It's my word to protect the people. You know what? Let's make the bad guys, they're maroon, because that's easier for me to tell. Yeah. Okay. So those maroon guys are bad, right? This orange one, it's the Fireball. Now again, it's a 20-foot radius, so it's going to go, if you put the Fireball right here, it's going to go all the way out. It's going to hit 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15. Oh my gosh, Callahan, you forgot your grid. No, I didn't. I'm just lazy. There you go. Ah, shit, I'm really lazy. Okay. Yeah, then it goes out here, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then there's 4, of course, you know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what's gonna happen there? Do I have too many? Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20. So 20-foot radius. 20-foot radius. This is going to burn you alive. This is going to burn your friend alive. This is going to burn everyone alive. And that does that sound like fun right there? It does not. It does not. So I wouldn't put your Fireball right there. Now, what if we put the Fireball right here? What if we put the Fireball right here? You're thinking, Matthew, if we put the Fireball right here, it's still going to get him. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. That's still going to get him all right. Because it's a radius. It's a giant circle. So, what you really should do is this. Because again, you're probably a weak wizard or a little spiny sorcerer. You're not an amazing light cleric like myself, clad in armor and ready to go cast your spells. Let's say this is you. And you notice your friend is surrounded by a couple of ghouls, right? And all you have left is a 3rd level spell slot. You know exactly what to do. You cast Fireball on your friend because you know they have a very low dexterity saving throw. It's going to blow everything up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, yada, yada. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at that. You're safe all the way over here because it's going to explode like that. Here's what you did. You just killed all 3 of those ghouls, and you just probably saved your buddy. If he did make that dexterity saving throw, he takes half damage, so you can always remind them that. But if they don't, that's still more dice for you to roll. And isn't that great? Your DM should award you experience, too, because they're probably a powerful player if you got a Fireball. No, I don't know what I'm talking about there. That's breaking the 4th wall. Again, I'm Callahan. But like I said, cast Fireball on your friend there. After that, immediately turn around and run away. You'll survive another day, and you can talk about it. It's a great story to tell your friends. I've had plenty of times where I've had a Fireball go wrong. But that's exactly why they're there. You always save them for last second when you need to run away. If you want to actually use them for damage, yeah, sure, go right ahead. I mean, 8, D6, that's great, but I would just save it. and then use it on your teammate, and then run the hell out of it. Because let me tell you, I've survived multiple dungeons like that. One time we were fighting some drow in the Underdark. I may have been partaking a little bit too much booze that afternoon at the tavern, but as we were in the Underdark, we got surrounded by drow, of course, dark elves. What are you gonna do? In a typical dark elf fashion, they want to take us in, and we obviously don't want to go with them. So we got to book it out of there. Well, it was me, a halfling, and a barbarian. The barbarian, he was a large minotaur, so I cast reduced size on him, put him in my pocket so we could get out of there. Because Underdark, you got to kind of crawl around. The halfling was fine; he was great until he was surrounded by a couple of drow. The moment happened, I looked at him, he looked at me, and I knew my friend did not want to become a drow servant. So I fireballed him, blew him sky high. He's a halfling. He was a halfling. He was a halfling. Burnt to cinders. I love fireball. It's a great spell. But like I said, it's a very dangerous spell. So you gotta know when to use it and when to save it, because it can really get you out of a quick jam there. I think that's all the time I have, though. I think the studio's about to go back to that fairy boy, Matty. I guess don't give my regards to him either. If I could find a better studio, I would get. Oh, yeah, of course, Matt. I'm almost done recording. Well, I must go. It's been an honor, my disciples, and as always, you enjoy the rest of your evening.